My beloved child, in this very moment, open your heart and listen carefully, for what I am about to declare is not only for your body, but also a vision that opens into an entirely new journey in your life. You have often wondered about the unusual signs happening within you. Sometimes it was a gentle trembling, at other times, a sudden ache, or moments of overwhelming unease that you could not explain. You turned to human knowledge. You sought the analysis of medicine. Yet the more you listened, the more confused you became. Deep inside your soul, you knew that what was happening went far beyond what human understanding could reach. Today, I affirm to you this truth: what you are experiencing is not a sign of collapse, but evidence of a great work being rebuilt within your very body. It is the work of my Spirit, moving through every cell, every vessel, every heartbeat, preparing you for a transformation like never before. Remember what I declared in the beginning: let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, Genesis 1:26. That image is not merely a spiritual concept. It is reflected even in your physical form. Every sinew, every breath, every strand of flesh was woven with intention, so that it might reflect the wisdom and glory of the Creator. Yet because of the frailty of flesh, the flow of time, and the presence of darkness in this world, you have often felt far from that original purpose. You looked at yourself and saw weakness, depletion, and brokenness. But today I want you to lift your eyes away from the decay and see what I am restoring. For I never allow anything to fall apart without preparing for a greater rebuilding. I never leave a cracked vessel abandoned. I remake it into a vessel of honor in my house. Understand this, my child: the vibrations within your body are signals of creation. Just as when an old structure is torn down to lay a new foundation, the noise echoes. Dust rises, but behind it all, a greater building is beginning. So it is with your body. What you consider abnormal is in fact the process of adjustment, the beginning of a divine arrangement. I am aligning every part of you to resonate with the rhythm of heaven. Imagine an instrument that has fallen out of tune. Its sound grates upon the ear. But when the musician tightens each string and sets every note in place, it releases a melody of beauty. I am that musician, and you are the instrument in my hands. I am tuning you, adjusting every tone, so that your whole being may release a new song, the song of life, of hope, and of glory. Do not fear when you cannot fully comprehend what is taking place. Human understanding has its limits, but my work is boundless. Do not panic when your body responds in unfamiliar ways, for this is evidence of the living presence of my Spirit. Be patient and wait, for what I begin I always bring to completion. I never start a work without intending to perfect it. As Scripture says, he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. This promise is not only for your soul, but also for your body. The transformation I am working is not a temporary healing, but a full recreation, so that you may become a vessel worthy of carrying new strength, new endurance, and new glory. Your body is not the enemy of your soul. It is the instrument I have given you to fulfill your mission on earth. When I restore it, it means I am preparing you for a greater journey ahead. There are mountains you will climb, battles you will face, and doors you will step through. Each of these requires a strength beyond your natural capacity. That is why I am pouring new vitality into you, replacing fear with courage, turning weakness into strength, and transforming uncertainty into steadfastness. I am not only touching your body, but reaching deep into your soul, your thoughts, your emotions, and even reviving the dreams you thought had died. This transformation is not a distant promise of the future. It has already begun. Even as you read these words, my spirit is moving within you, reordering, breathing new life, stirring up a powerful current of restoration. Do not look for proof with your natural eyes, for what I do begins in the unseen. But at the appointed time, it will manifest visibly. The world will marvel at the light shining through you, and you will boldly declare, "This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes." Psalm 118:2-3. Be strong, for the old has passed and the new is near. As the sun rises after a long night, so my light is dawning upon you. Prepare to step into a new reality, where your body, soul, and spirit move in harmony, becoming a living testimony of my power and eternal love. My child, what I want you to understand next is this. This transformation does not end with your body. It extends to your soul and spirit as well. You have once felt that your body was a burden, that it held you back each time you wanted to move forward. You have fallen into despair, believing that the limits of flesh would imprison you forever. But remember this, I did not create your body to be chains, but to be a vessel that reflects my glory. When I transform your body, I am also healing the hidden wounds of your soul. You will not only receive new strength, but also be freed from the lies that once surrounded you. The voices that whispered you were forsaken, broken, useless. They will all vanish when my light shines upon you. As I have spoken, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:3-2. This truth is not a mere idea, but a power that liberates and transforms the very core of your being. My beloved child, I know you have fallen many times in the darkness of night, with tears soaking your pillow, wondering why everything has become so difficult. You thought I had forgotten you, that my promises had been delayed for too long. But, my dear one, not a single tear of yours falls without being remembered by me. Not a single sigh escapes without reaching my throne. Every moment you feel weary, I see it. Each time you collapse in exhaustion, I am the one who upholds you. Your body is being renewed, and at the same time your mind is being transformed, so that you may know you are not a victim of circumstances, but an heir of grace. I am making you into a living testimony, so that through your life many others will also discover hope. You shall be like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Psalm 1:3. This vitality will not only dwell in your body, but will radiate through your eyes, your words, and your actions. My child, understand that this transformation is personal, yet it also carries a communal purpose. It is not only for you, but for those who will be touched through you. I am making your body a temple of my presence, so that wherever you go, the atmosphere will shift. When others look at you, they will not merely see a person, but they will see my light reflected. Through this, many will ask, "What has happened in your life?" And you will boldly answer, "It is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in my eyes." Know this, you are not being healed merely to enjoy health, but you are being transformed to carry mission. You will become a living testimony, a sermon without words, for your very life will declare it. What I am doing in you is holy, undeniable, and unshakable. Therefore, do not fear the judgment of man, nor be troubled by the scrutiny of the world. This is a sacred work between you and me, and in the appointed time, it will be revealed in radiant glory before many. Prepare your heart to embrace this complete renewal. You have felt the frailty of the flesh discourage you, but I affirm to you, true strength does not come from yourself. It comes from me. When I declared that you would run and not grow weary, walk and not faint, soar on wings like eagles, Isaiah 4:031. It was not a mere metaphor, but a living promise. I am placing within you a heavenly energy, a resilience that no circumstance can take away. When you face trials, you will stand firm instead of collapsing. When you encounter pain, joy will rise instead of despair. When the enemy's lies confront you, you will answer with divine certainty. You will become living proof that my power can transform the weak into mighty warriors. And through this, many will be drawn closer to me, finding comfort and hope in my presence. So do not resist the transformation taking place. Do not cling to what is old, for it has passed away. You cannot hold on to darkness while stepping into light. You cannot cling to fear while grasping faith. Open wide your arms and receive the new, for it is my gift to you. Know that the hands shaping you are the very hands that bore the scars of nails, the hands that shed blood to redeem you. I am not harming you, I am renewing you. You are not abandoned, you are being prepared for greater glory. Trust the process. Trust my love. Trust the perfect plan I have written for your life before the foundation of the world. My beloved child, there is a truth you must engrave upon your heart. Transformation does not always happen in calmness. Sometimes it comes with shaking that confuses you. But what is happening is not a sign of destruction. It is the evidence of creation. Just as a seed must break in the darkness of the soil before it can rise into a green tree, so your body and soul must undergo breaking in order to receive new life. Remember, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it produces much fruit. John 12:24. The stirrings within you, the changes you cannot explain, are the beginnings of a new season of growth I am planting into your life. Do not view them with fear, but see them with faith, knowing I am preparing you for a great harvest. You once believed that the limits of your body were obstacles preventing you from reaching my calling. You thought that weariness, sickness, or pain would leave you behind. But I assure you, nothing in your body can hinder my plan for your life. When I declare that I will transform, nothing can stop that process. Even your weakness becomes the very stage where my power is revealed in fullness. As the Apostle Paul experienced, my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 1:29. Know this where you feel the most fragile. There I am, laying the foundation for heavenly strength. Where you feel the most empty, there I am pouring in abundant life. You are no longer defined by frailty of flesh, but by the recreating power of my Spirit at work within you. So, my child, let your mind align with what I am doing. Do not let the enemy's lies invade your thoughts that you are abandoned, that you have no worth, that you have gone too far to be restored. All such lies have been broken under the light of my truth. You are not cast aside, not forgotten, not a discarded vessel. On the contrary, you are being remade into a vessel of honor, set apart for noble work. When this transformation is complete, My light will shine so brightly upon you that others will marvel. They will ask, "What has happened to this person?" And you will boldly declare, "It is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in my eyes." That will be the moment when you stand as living evidence of my love, my faithfulness, and my unchanging power. Do not underestimate the process unfolding within you. Every vibration in your body, every unusual sensation in your mind, every stirring in your soul is part of my perfect plan. No detail is overlooked. No moment is wasted. I am composing a symphony, and every note has its place. Even the quiet passages only prepare the way for the radiant crescendo. When you feel yourself in darkness, it is because I have placed you in a hidden place to shape and refine you. When you feel alone, it is because I am closer than your breath, whispering heavenly secrets into your heart. When you feel exhausted, it is because I am carrying you in my strong arms. And when you think you have reached the end, it is then I open a new beginning. Do not hold on to the past, for it has passed away. Do not look back at what has been lost, for I am preparing things far greater than you can imagine. As Scripture has spoken, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 4:3-1-8-19. Do you hear it? I am doing a new work within you, within your body, within your soul, within your spirit. It is already sprouting, already growing, and soon the world will see its fruit. You need not fear or doubt, only trust and walk in obedience. For what I do is always perfect, and the timing I choose is always right. You have endured dark days, but dawn is breaking. You have tasted sorrow, but joy will come. You have known emptiness, but fullness is now overflowing. Transformation is no longer a distant hope, it is alive within you now. Walk in confidence. Embrace it with all your heart, and know that I am faithful to complete what I have begun. You are my masterpiece, shaped by love, recreated by power, and prepared for a glory beyond your imagination. My beloved child, understand this. The transformation I am working is not only for you, but also for the mission I have placed upon your life. I never act merely to satisfy temporary needs. Everything I do carries eternal weight. You once thought the changes in your body and soul were only about personal peace. But in truth, they are preparation for greater responsibility. When I breathe new life into you, it is so you may bear witness to many. When I restore your strength, it is so you may go forth and impact generations. This transformation, my child, is not only to rescue you from pain, but to equip you for the good works I prepared in advance. As the Scripture says, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2:10. You are being transformed so that you may fully walk in those works. Look back on your journey. How many times have you prayed, Lord, use me for your purpose? I have heard those prayers, and I never ignore them. But for you to be used fully, a deeper preparation was needed beyond what you imagined. I am not merely patching what was broken, I am rebuilding the entire foundation, so you may become a vessel that endures. If I placed the weight of responsibility upon you without transformation, you would not bear it. You would be like an old wineskin holding new wine, and it would burst. That is why I am making you new, so you can carry the abundance I am about to pour out. Do not be discouraged if this process takes time. Do not doubt, when you find yourself in seasons of testing, all of it is to shape you with enough strength, endurance, and humility to carry the heavenly blessing I have appointed for you. Remember that every season in life carries its own value. There is a season for sowing, a season for reaping, a season for pruning, and a season for blossoming. You have walked through a season of trial and have tasted weariness. But now this is a season of building. I am restoring you into a brighter image than before. And this construction is not only happening in the parts you can see, but also in places you have never known. I am going deep into the roots, removing what hinders, breaking the knots that have bound you for so long. The burdens that once bowed your head will be lifted. The chains that once held you captive in darkness will be shattered. You will stand upright, lifting your head high, for I am making you a living testimony of my faithfulness. Believe this, just as the vine that is pruned bears more fruit, so you too will blossom and bear abundant fruit. After this process, John 1:5-2. The preparation I am carrying out in your life is not meaningless. I have not allowed you to go through these changes merely to test you, but to place you exactly where I have ordained. You may not see the whole picture, but I see clearly from beginning to end. Everything I do in you connects to a greater design. I know you have often felt small, wondering if you are capable of carrying what I entrust to you. But, my child, it is precisely in that smallness that my power is revealed in fullness. You do not need to rely on your own strength, for not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord Almighty. Zechariah 4:6. When my Spirit moves, nothing can stop you from stepping into the mission that has been appointed. Understand this. This transformation is not merely about restoring health or giving you comfort. It is engraving within you a new identity. You will no longer see yourself as fragile, but as a fully equipped warrior. You will no longer question your worth, for you will know that I have chosen you, anointed you, and set you apart as my instrument. Your body, your mind, your soul, each is being aligned to move in harmony with my will, just as an instrument, once tuned, releases the right melody. So your life will resound with a song of praise, not only with words, but with your very presence and way of living. You will stand as a witness to your generation, showing that my power can transform a person from the inside out. I know that many times you think this process is too slow, that the waiting feels too long. But understand this, every lasting structure takes time to build. A great tree cannot grow overnight. Its roots must go deep before its branches stretch upward. In the same way, I am anchoring the roots of your faith deep in me, so that when storms come, you will not be shaken. The days you feel delayed are the days I am strengthening your foundation. The hours you feel hidden are the moments I am making you more steadfast. Remember what I have spoken. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. Isaiah 4:0-3-1. This new strength is not for a fleeting moment, but for the entire journey. It will sustain you not only to begin, but also to finish. And when the appointed time comes, you will see yourself strong enough to carry the great doors I open before you. Therefore, do not resist this process. Do not think that the quiet days are wasted. Do not believe that the changes in your body are abnormal. Everything is within my plan, like a potter shaping the clay. Sometimes I must press, bend, and soften before I form the perfect vessel. Each time you feel pressure, It is a sign that I am shaping you. Each time you feel out of control, it is my hands carefully molding you into the right form. Do not fear, for I never break what I am shaping. Instead, I transform you into a precious vessel, fit for a higher purpose. My child, there are things I want you to know clearly. This process of transformation not only makes you stronger, but it also opens a new path for you to step into the destiny I have prepared. Do not think that the changes within your body are only to restore strength, for I am paving the way for you to accomplish things greater than you have ever dreamed. I am transforming you so you may carry more souls, so you may become an extension of my love on earth. This renewal is not only for you, but for the generations that will be touched through you. Every heartbeat you feel today, every breath you draw from my life source, is a testimony that you are being prepared to become part of my greater plan for humanity. I know there were times when you asked why I did not do everything instantly. You prayed. You wept. You longed for a miracle to happen in a moment. But I want you to understand, an instant miracle may change your situation, but the long process will change you. I do not only want to rescue you from hardship, I want to make you into one who carries the answer. I do not only want to lift the burden off you, I want to train you to lift others who are crushed under theirs. This is why transformation cannot happen in a single moment. It must sink deep into the roots, so that you become steadfast, enduring, and humble. As Paul once wrote, we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character is op Romans 5:3-4. Do you see? This process is sowing into your heart a hope unshakable. My child, I want you to look beyond yourself. What I am doing in you will become a source of encouragement for many others. When they see that you were once weak but are now strong, once sorrowful but now filled with joy, they will know that my power is real. You will be a living testimony that I never abandon those who trust in me. Do not underestimate this influence, for many souls are waiting to hear your story. Many hearts are weary, and you will be the proof that hope still lives. I am writing your life as a love letter to the world, not written with ink, but with my spirit, not carved on stone, but etched upon your heart. You will not need to speak much, for your very presence will radiate light and peace. And when someone asks the secret, you will answer, "This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in my eyes." Receive this transformation with gratitude rather than fear. Do not worry that the days behind you were wasted, for I use all things to accomplish my purpose. Every wound you have endured is not the end, but the place where I planted seeds of restoration. And when the harvest season comes, you will understand that nothing is ever wasted in my hands. As it is written in Psalm 126:5, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. You have sown in tears, but you will reap in joy, for I am the faithful one who keeps every promise. Therefore, walk in peace. Let your heart find rest in my hands, knowing that I am directing every detail, from the smallest breath to the greatest doors in your life. I am never in haste, but I am never late. My timing is always perfect, and the transformation within you will be revealed in its appointed season. Until that day, continue to trust, continue to wait, continue to cling to my word, for soon you will see with your own eyes the completion of my work, and you will understand that every step, no matter how difficult, was leading you toward eternal glory. My beloved child, the transformation I am accomplishing in your life is not only about preparing you for your mission, but also about revealing a depth of my love you have never fully experienced. This love does not only arrive when you succeed, nor does it appear only when you are strong. It covers you even in your weakest days. In the very moments you collapse, you once thought I was closest to you when you lived in holiness and strength. But the truth is, I was nearest when you were in pain, when your tears flowed, when your heart felt empty. In those very moments, ik knelt beside you, carried you in my arms, and whispered into your ear, "You are mine, and I will never forsake you. As I have promised, I will never leave you nor forsake you." Hebrews 1:3-5. Engrave this truth deep within. My love never changes, regardless of the circumstances you face. My child, your transformation begins with recognizing your true identity. You are not a frail being abandoned in a cold world. You are not a nameless soul forgotten in the crowd. You are the child I have chosen, the one I have called by name, the one I have filled with grace. Your body, though once limited, is being restored to reflect the life that comes from me. Your mind, though once clouded by fear and doubt, is being renewed to hold fast to truth. Your soul, though once trembling before darkness, is now firmly established upon the foundation of light. See yourself through my eyes, not through the lens of failure or the weight of the past. When I look at you, I see a warrior rising from ashes, a radiant witness of my love, a new creation that no power can deny. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come. 2 Corinthians 5:1-7. That is who you are. My beloved, you have asked me many times, Lord, why must I endure these sufferings? Today I answer, because I desire to display through you a testimony that the world cannot deny. If you only knew victory, but never sorrow, your testimony would be incomplete. If you only walked in light but never experienced darkness, others would not see in you a witness that is real. It is when you suffer yet still trust, when you fall yet rise again, that my glory shines most powerfully. The enemy thought it could break you, but it forgot that my power is made perfect in weakness. It believed your wounds would destroy you, but I turned them into proof of healing. It expected your weariness to strangle hope, but I used the long nights to plant within you an unshakable faith. And now you are standing at the threshold of a new season, where the light surpasses every shadow you have ever walked through. My child, look to the future with eyes wide open. I do not call you to live in fear, but in steadfast confidence. I am bringing you into a new space where you can breathe the atmosphere of heaven, where your mind is freed from invisible chains. You will no longer be haunted by old memories, for I am rewriting your story. You will no longer worry about tomorrow, for I have already gone before you. You will no longer be shaken in weakness, for it is my Spirit who sustains you each day. I am making you into a spring of life flowing in the midst of barren ground. Those who come near you will be refreshed, because you will carry my breath. Prepare yourself to rise as one anointed, as a living witness, as a vessel of grace. You are not only being transformed to stand firm, but also to strengthen many others to stand firm alongside you. Therefore, do not fear change any longer. Do not view it as a threat, but as an invitation from heaven. Open your heart and say, Lord, complete your work in me. For when you surrender, I can bring to fulfillment what I have begun. Step into the new day with expectation, because the miracle is no longer far in the future. It is here in the present. Believe that every heartbeat, every breath, every thought is being aligned with me. And as you walk in this alignment, you will know what true freedom is, what peace beyond understanding is, and what joy that cannot be stolen truly is. My beloved child, the transformation has begun, and it will not cease until you become a radiant jewel reflecting my glory in full. My beloved, you have prayed many times for me to use you, and I have heard those prayers, but for you to become a worthy instrument, there must be preparation beyond what you imagine. A sword cannot become sharp without fire and hammering. A vessel of clay cannot be perfected without the furnace. Likewise, you cannot fully carry my glory without going through this process of transformation. I do not do this to crush you, but to shape you, to strip away what is unnecessary, and to strengthen what I desire to use. Believe that every trial, every pain, every moment of weakness is within my perfect plan for you. Remember, I do not measure your value by outward success, nor do I define you by what the world labels you. Your worth comes from the very word I have spoken over your life. Before you existed, I knew you. Before you cried your first cry, I had already called you by name. I did not only form your body, but I breathed purpose into you. That purpose remains intact. Even though you have endured wounds and trials, I have never regretted choosing you, nor changed my mind about calling you. Instead, I use even what you consider failures as material to build a stronger witness. You will see that no tear was wasted, no cry ignored. All have been gathered by me and woven into a tapestry that reflects my faithfulness and my power. I know there are times you feel your past is a weight keeping you from stepping into the future. You fear that mistakes, wounds, and dark memories will forever bind you. But I assure you the old has passed, and I am making all things new. As Isaiah declared, see, I am doing a new thing, now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 4:3-1-9. You are no longer defined by what has happened, but by the new work I am doing. I am breaking every chain, tearing down every barrier, and bringing you out of darkness into light. Believe this, nothing in your past can destroy the promise I have given you. On the contrary, I turn every failure into a lesson, every wound into evidence, every shadow into a foundation for greater light. You do not need to hide your scars, for they will stand as proof that I have intervened and healed. Know that the transformation I am working in you will make you stand out before others. Some will not understand. Some will even doubt. When they see you walking in new strength and peace, they will question, they will scrutinize. But take heart, this is not to please them, but to glorify me. You do not need to prove yourself, for I myself will testify on your behalf. Let your life speak louder than words. When my light shines through you, people will see the change and exclaim, "This is the Lord's doing." You do not need to argue or defend yourself, for my presence in you is the most powerful testimony. This is why I have said that you are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Matthew 5:1-3-14. You were created to bring flavor, to bring light, to lead. And all of this will become even clearer when this transformation is complete. So do not fear the difference I am creating in you. Do not think it will make you isolated, for this very distinction is the sign that you belong to me. You are set apart, sanctified, consecrated for greater work. Do not be troubled when the world does not understand you, for it did not understand my Son. Do not fear when people oppose you, for they opposed him as well. What matters is that you stand firm in my love and calling. Remember, if I am for you, who can be against you? No power can separate you from my love. Walk with the assurance that you are never alone, for I go before you, behind you, and within you. You are surrounded by my presence, and that is enough for you to face every trial, overcome every obstacle, and fulfill every task I assign. My beloved child, I want you to know that the transformation I am working is not only so you may step out in confidence, but so you may become a sign for your generation. Your life will be like a lamp placed on a stand, giving light to everyone in the house. Matthew 5:1-5. You will no longer be called weak, but rebuilt to reflect light. The change in you cannot be hidden, for it is my very light shining forth. As you walk in my ways, others will see and recognize that there is a living God at work in your life. You will be undeniable evidence that I am the healer, the restorer, the one who makes all things complete. Understand, this journey is not only for you to experience abundant life, but also so many others may find hope. There are those watching you from afar, wondering how you can stand firm in the storm, how you can smile while carrying wounds. In those moments, your story will become a living testimony. You will not need many words. Your presence and your life will be enough to inspire. I am writing a narrative through your days, so the world may read of my love and faithfulness. Let them see that you are not defined by pain, but by restoring power. Let them see that your scars are not signs of failure, but proof that I have touched you. I know there are times you worry that you are not capable of carrying this responsibility. But remember, I do not call the perfect. I call and transform the surrendered. You do not need to be strong by the world's definition, for it is in weakness that my power is made perfect. When you feel exhausted, remember I am the inexhaustible source of strength. When you are confused, know that my wisdom surpasses human understanding. When you feel empty, open yourself for me to fill. You do not walk alone, for I am with you in every heartbeat, in every breath. You are not left to fight on your own, for I am your protector, your refuge, your fortress. Psalm 4:6-1. My child, remember that everything I do has purpose. Transformation does not stop at the surface, but reaches to the very roots. I am changing the way you see yourself, the way you see others, and the way you see me. You will no longer be bound by negative thoughts, fears, or old assumptions. Your mind will be renewed so that you may discern my will, my good, pleasing and perfect will. Romans 1:2-2. Once your mind is renewed, you will see everything through heaven's perspective. Instead of seeing a wall, you will see a door. Instead of seeing failure, you will see an opportunity to grow. Instead of seeing weakness, you will see my hand lifting you up. This transformation is also meant to set you free. In truth, you once thought that freedom was the ability to do whatever you wanted. But true freedom is when your soul is released from the invisible chains that have bound it. Those chains may have been fear, bitterness, or the weight of guilt. I am breaking every link so that you may walk in lightness. I want you to know that you are no longer held captive by the past. Old mistakes have been forgiven. Burdens have been lifted. You no longer carry them alone. For I bore them upon the cross. Live in this truth, and let this reality set you free. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. John 8:3-6. Therefore, receive yourself as I see you. You are not an unfinished project, but a masterpiece being brought to completion. You are not a failure, but a victor through my love. You are not lost, but chosen and cherished. As you walk in this understanding, confusion will no longer grip you. You will know that every step you take has meaning, that every day of your life is part of my plan. The transformation you are undergoing will lead you into a new destination, where you will enter into the fullness of my promises. And when that moment comes, you will realize that every tear, every pain, every trial was worth it, for they have brought you to the very place I intended you to be. My beloved child, I want you to understand something vital. The transformation I am working in your life is not only for you to experience health or personal peace, but to bring you into a deeper level of communion with me. You once thought that healing your body was only about removing pain, but I tell you, what I am doing goes much deeper. I am opening up a depth of intimacy that you have never touched before. I do not simply want you to know me with your mind, but to encounter me with your whole being, your mind, your soul, and your body. You will learn to live no longer fragmented, but whole, where body and spirit move together in harmony with my presence. Remember what I declared to my people in the days of old. I will walk among you and be your God, and you will be my people. Leviticus 2:6-1-2. This is not a distant promise, but a reality I long for you to experience now. I want your body to become a temple of my presence, so that every breath, every step, every movement reflects that communion. When you breathe in, know that it is breath from me. When you walk, feel that it is I guiding your steps. When you lift your eyes, you will see my light covering you. Every small moment can become an act of worship, not through elaborate rituals, but simply by letting your heart beat in rhythm with mine. This intimacy will be the foundation for you to face the seasons of trial ahead. I do not promise that you will never encounter hardship, but I promise that in every hardship, I will be with you. This communion will anchor your heart in peace even when storms rage. It will keep your mind clear even when darkness surrounds. That 10. It will make you steadfast even when the ground beneath you trembles. You will know that though circumstances may change, I never change. Jesus Christ is the same, yesterday and today and forever. Hebrews 1:3-8. In that unchanging nature, you will find absolute security. And when you live in that security, you will not only stand firm for yourself, but also become a refuge for others who are searching for light. My child, I want you to realize that this communion I am drawing you into is not just a fleeting experience, but a new way of life. You once sought me only in moments of urgency, when you needed healing, or when your soul was weary. But now I am teaching you something deeper. I long to walk with you in every moment of your ordinary days, not only when you kneel in prayer, but when you work, when you speak, when you walk along the road. I desire to be present in you and through you. I want to turn every small act into an expression of love and communion. When you know that I am present in every detail, you will no longer divide your life into spiritual moments and ordinary moments. but you will discover that every moment can become sacred when I am there. This awareness will transform the way you view life. You will no longer feel lonely, even when no one is physically near. You will no longer be overly anxious about the future, because you will know that I go ahead to prepare the way. You will no longer be tormented by the past, for I have redeemed it for my purposes. Instead of staring at circumstances in fear, you will focus on my presence and be at peace. You will see that though the world around you may be unstable, within you flows an unfailing source. I am that source. As I have promised whoever believes in me, rivers of living water will flow from within them. John 7:3-8. When you grasp this truth, you will no longer chase after human assurances, but you will learn to anchor yourself in my steadfastness. Beloved child, this communion will also change the way you face pain and trials. You will realize that even in the hardest circumstances, I am there, holding your hand, walking beside you. You will no longer see pain as punishment, but as an opportunity to draw nearer to me. You will understand that no moment is wasted when lived in my presence, even in your weakest times. That is when my power is most clearly revealed. You will be able to say with Paul, when I am weak, then I am strong. 2 Corinthians 12:10. For you know that in your weakness, you are lifted up by divine strength. And once you have experienced this, you will no longer walk by fear, but by steadfast faith, knowing that I am always the one beside you, never abandoning you, my beloved child. When I lead you into a life of continual communion, it is not only so that you may experience personal peace, but so that you may also become an instrument through which my presence spreads wherever you go. You will see that communion with me not only transforms your inner being, but also radiates outward into the atmosphere around you. When you enter a room, the atmosphere will shift. When you speak with someone, your words will carry comfort and hope. When you pray, power will be released. This is not because you have strength of your own, but because you are becoming a temple of my Spirit. As I have said, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you? 1 Corinthians 6:1-9. It is my presence within you that will make everything you do carry eternal weight. Remember, I have chosen you not merely to live an ordinary life, but to be a sign and a wonder for many. When you abide in communion with me, you become a doorway through which others see heavenly light. They will sense the difference, not in what you outwardly display, but in the peace that radiates from within. They will see your joy in the midst of sorrow, your steadfastness in the midst of trials, and your hope even when circumstances seem without escape. These very things will cause them to know that a living God is with you. Remember, you are called not only to hold communion for yourself, but to share it. You will become a stream of living water, and whoever draws near will be refreshed through you. I desire that many will find me. This communion will also teach you how to discern my voice amidst the countless noises of the world. As your mind is trained to listen, you will no longer be confused by lies or the whispers of the enemy. You will learn to distinguish between my voice and the echoes of the world. Then you will walk with certainty, no longer doubting or wavering. I will show you the path you should take, and you will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way. Walk in it." Isaiah 3:0-1. This communion will guard you from straying, from wrong decisions, and from subtle snares. You will know that I am guiding your every step, and you will walk with the confidence that you are on the right path. This is one of the greatest blessings of intimacy with me. You no longer grope in the dark, but walk in the light of divine guidance. Therefore, treasure and guard this communion. Do not let the cares of the world dull my voice. Do not let busyness carry you away from the source of life. Learn to pause, to listen, and to quiet your heart before me. For it is in that stillness that you will hear my gentle yet powerful whisper. It is in that stillness that you will be renewed, strengthened, and equipped for the journey ahead. My child, remember that communion with me is not a burden, but a privilege. It is a treasure that nothing in this world can replace. And once you live in this communion, you will see that everything else becomes lighter. For you have found an inexhaustible source of strength in me, my beloved child. When I lead you into deeper communion, it is not only for you to taste closeness with me, but also to prepare you for the weighty responsibilities that await. Understand that I never call anyone without also granting them the strength to fulfill the mission. Neither do I place a burden heavier than you can bear. Every transformation I am working within you has a clear purpose to make you stand firm in days of trial and to turn you into a lighthouse for others. You are not only called to receive, but also to give, not only to be healed, but to become a vessel of healing for this generation. My child, I know that at times you ask yourself, am I capable of carrying what the Lord has entrusted to me? I tell you, you do not need to rely on your own strength. I myself will give you wisdom, courage, and strength to complete what I have assigned. When Moses was called, he trembled and said that he could not speak. But I promised to be with his mouth and teach him what to say. Exodus 4:1-2. The same is true for you. Do not fear your weaknesses. For where you are weak, there I will be strong. Your task is not to prove your own ability, but to learn to trust in mine. My child, I am not only transforming your body to give you strength, but also transforming your mind to think with a heavenly perspective. When your thoughts are renewed, you will realize that the most important thing is not what you hold in your hands, but who dwells within you. You will learn to see challenges as opportunities to witness my hand, rather than obstacles that destroy hope. You will learn to see adversity as a place of training, not as a sentence of despair. I want you to know that every stage of this journey is shaping you into someone stronger and more steadfast. Just as storms force a tree's roots to go deeper, so too the challenges in your life will not uproot you, but will cause you to cling more tightly to me. Take courage, for nothing you are going through is random. I am using every detail to prepare you for a glorious future. Remember my promise, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 2:9-1-1. I do not leave you wandering in uncertainty, but I have designed a clear path, and along that path, I am shaping you so you can carry the blessings I have appointed. Without preparation, you would not have the capacity to hold them. Therefore, this process is the very sign that you are drawing closer to the fulfillment of my great promises. My child, I want you to know that the preparation I am doing is not only to make you strong, but also to teach you what it means to live entrusted with responsibility. You are not living only for yourself, but also carrying a share of responsibility for those I will place within your influence. As I transform your body, mind, and spirit, I am also enlarging your heart so that you may embrace others. You will become a shelter for the weak, a comfort to the broken-hearted, and a light for those who are lost. That is why I do not only grant you healing, but also teach you to release that healing. I am making you a channel, so that through you, rivers of grace may flow to dry and barren places. I know the thought of becoming an instrument for others sometimes feels overwhelming. You have thought, I am not strong enough. I am not good enough. How can I support others when I still struggle myself? But I want you to remember that it is your very fragility that reveals my power. You are not called to be perfect by worldly standards, but to surrender so that I may work through you. When you share your experiences, when you dare to acknowledge your wounds, it is then that you bring hope to those suffering the same pain. You will become a reminder that they are not alone, that there is a God who works even in weakness. As Paul wrote, "Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God." 2 Corinthians 1:3-4. You will become such a vessel of comfort. My child, learn to see transformation not only as a personal blessing, but as a divine commission. Everything I do within you is for a greater purpose. You will no longer walk as one who seeks peace only for yourself, but as one sent to carry that peace to others. I will send you into dark places, and you will be the light. I will lead you to broken lives, and you will be the instrument of healing. I will place you among the hopeless, and you will be the reminder that hope still lives. Do not wonder whether you are enough, for I will supply all you need. All I ask is that you open your heart, and I will do the rest. Take heart, for when I call, I also equip. When I send, I also go with you. When I give responsibility, I also grant grace to accomplish it. Believe that this transformation is a stepping stone for you to enter into a new season of service. You will no longer be only one who is upheld, but one who upholds. You will no longer be only one who receives blessings, but one who imparts them. And through your life, many will return. Many souls will find the light, and many hearts will be healed. This is the very reason I transform you, so that you may become a channel of grace for a world grown barren. My beloved child, when I transform and commission you, it does not mean that you will never face trials again. Rather, I want you to know that I am preparing you to stand firm in every trial. The transformation I am working in you is not only to equip you for days of peace, but also so that you may endure in days of storm. You will no longer tremble when darkness falls, because you will know that I am the light within you and around you. You will no longer be anxious when tempests rise, for you will know that I am your secure refuge. You will learn to view adversity through different eyes instead of fear. You will recognize it as an opportunity for my power to be revealed all the more clearly. You will understand the truth of the word. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:3-1. My child, this transformation will also give you a steadfast heart, unmoved by human judgment. There will be those who doubt you, those who criticize you, and moments when you feel misunderstood. But I want you to remember that what matters is not pleasing the world, but standing firm in my word. You need not argue or justify yourself, for the very work I do in you will be the living testimony. Remember, my son too was rejected and despised, yet in that rejection he accomplished the work of salvation. In the same way, when you remain steadfast in your calling. Your faithfulness will stand as evidence that none can deny. I want you to know that this transformation will teach you how to live with a humble heart. I do not give you new strength so that you may exalt yourself, but so that you may know that all things come from me. I do not heal and renew you so that you may boast, but so that you may serve in love. Learn from my Son, who washed his disciples' feet, though he was teacher and Lord. True greatness is not in being served, but in lowering yourself to serve others. As you walk in humility, you will remain connected to heavenly strength. As you take the posture of a servant, I will lift you up at the appointed time, and then your life will testify that power and greatness come from surrender to me, not from position or reputation. I am setting before you great doors. These doors will lead you to new places, new encounters, and new opportunities to reveal my glory. But to walk through them, you must carry a steadfast heart and a renewed body. That is why I am preparing you in every detail. You will not go merely as an ordinary person, but as a messenger sent. You will not speak mere human wisdom, but words that carry life. You will not stand merely as a survivor, but as a powerful witness reflecting my power. And when this happens, many will come, many souls will be saved, and many generations will be changed. Therefore, do not fear the process, for it is opening to you a glorious destiny. Do not doubt the shakings, for they are signs that I am remaking. Do not be discouraged when things do not unfold as you expect, for I always work beyond your understanding. You need only to hold fast in faith, to keep walking, and to cling to my promises. Remember that my faithfulness never changes. As Psalm the 23rd of December lares, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. You will walk in that confidence, and you will see that every trial only brings you closer to me, my beloved child. Every sorrow, every trial, every refining moment that once seemed meaningless has been leading you to this very moment, the moment you begin to step into the fullness of the promise. You have passed through days of tears, and I have counted every drop that fell. You have endured weary nights, and I was there watching over your sleep. You have endured the lies that told you that you were not enough, that you were abandoned, that you had failed too many times to rise again. But now, my child, hear my voice. All those things are behind you. This is the hour for you to rise in the light, for I am making all things new. My child, I want you to understand that stepping into a new season is not merely an outward change, but a shift from within, from the very roots of your soul. I am teaching you to live in a different reality, the reality of faith, not of sight. You will learn to trust in my word more than in what circumstances may present before your eyes. You will learn to anchor yourself in my promises, even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. And you will come to realize that faith is not pretending that problems do not exist, but knowing that in every problem, I am still at work. That awareness will keep you in peace. Even while the storm rages, you will no longer be one who trembles before the waves, but one who stands firm, knowing that the one who created the wind and the sea is in the boat with you. I also want you to know that when I speak of a new era, it does not mean that you will never face trials again. Trials will still come, but they will no longer define you. They will become opportunities for me to reveal my glory through you. You will learn to see adversity with different eyes instead of viewing it as the end. You will see it as the beginning of a miracle. Instead of fear, you will rise with courage. Instead of giving up, you will press forward with perseverance, because you know that I am with you. Remember the promise in Psalm 4:6-1, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. You will know that whatever happens, I am still the one holding you in my hand. In this new season, I am granting you clarity to recognize the doors I am opening. There will be opportunities set before you that you never dared to imagine. There will be invitations to step into new fields, new relationships, and new responsibilities. Do not fear when I open doors, for I have already prepared everything you need to walk through them. Do not doubt when I lead you into unfamiliar places, for wherever I call you, there I will be with you. You need only to obey, and you will see that the door I open, no one can shut. Remember my word in Revelation 3:8c. I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. This is my promise to you, and it will be fulfilled. My child, I also want you to learn to live with a heart of gratitude in every circumstance. Train yourself to see my hand in the smallest of things. Be thankful for the breath you have, for steady steps, for every moment you sense my peace. When you are thankful, your heart remains tender. When you are thankful, you will see miracles hidden in the ordinary. And when you are thankful, you open many doors for blessings to overflow. Gratitude is not because everything is always easy, but because you believe that I cause all things to work together for your good. Romans 8:2-8. Let gratitude be your way of life, and it will become the key that helps you walk in true freedom. I do not only want you to receive, but also to share. I am transforming you, not just so you may enjoy healing, but so you may become a source of healing for others. I am renewing you not only so that you may have strength, but so that you may uplift the weak. I am placing you in this new season, not only so you may see my glory, but so you may reflect that glory to the world. Every step you take, every word you speak, every act you perform can become a ray of light shining into the darkness. Through your life, I desire that many will recognize that I am still the living God, still working, still loving, and still transforming those who put their trust in me. Therefore, walk into this new season with steadfast faith. Believe that you are no longer who you once were. Believe that every wound has been used by me to shape strength within you. Believe that you are called to a purpose greater than you can imagine. Do not let fear paralyze you. Do not let doubt cause you to shrink back. Remember that I go before you. I am behind you, and I dwell within you. You do not walk alone, but in the companionship of the one who has promised never to leave you nor forsake you. Believe and step forward, for this is the moment for you to witness the fullness of my work in your life. My beloved child, as I lead you into this new era, the first thing I want you to remember is this: learn to walk in courage, not in fear. Fear has often caused you to hesitate, to doubt yourself, and to miss the opportunities I placed before you. But now, I give you a new spirit, not a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Let this spirit be the foundation of every decision, so that each step you take is no longer controlled by anxiety, but led by faith. When you dare to step out of your comfort zone, you will see great doors open. And it is precisely in those bold steps that my power will be most clearly revealed. My child, I know you have often felt that you are not enough. You look at your own limitations and think that you cannot accomplish great things. But remember, I do not ask for perfection from you. He asked for obedience. When Abraham heard the call, that he did not have all the answers, yet he still stepped forward. And I made him the father of many nations. When Gideon was trembling, I still chose him to deliver my people. When the disciples were nothing more than ordinary fishermen, I transformed them into apostles who turned the world upside down. In the same way, you do not need to have everything, because I am everything for you. What I ask of you is a surrendered heart, and I will take care of the rest. In this new season, I also want to teach you how to guard your spiritual atmosphere, for the enemy will try to plant seeds of doubt, weariness, and even sweet temptations in your heart. He knows that if he can distract you, he can keep you from your true purpose. But my child, I have given you spiritual armor to withstand all his schemes. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Ephesians 6:1-7. When you are filled with my word, no lie can shake you. When you live in prayer, no power of darkness can steal your peace. And when you remain in worship, you will always be sensitive to my presence. My child, I also want you to learn to walk in partnership. I have not called you to go alone, but have placed around you those who will walk with you, encourage you, and uphold you. You do not need to carry everything by yourself. Even my son chose 12 disciples to share his mission. Paul also had Timothy, Titus, and many others by his side. In the same way, I will send to you companions for this new journey. Learn to discern who I have sent to lift you up, and who the enemy has sent to lead you astray. Do not let loneliness become a trap, but open your heart to receive the support of community. For when you walk with those who share the same faith, you will be stronger, more steadfast, and less easily shaken. Remember that this transformation is not only so you may rise up, but so you may learn to live a life that reflects my glory. Others will look at you and see that there is something different, not because you are trying to impress them, but because the light within you cannot be hidden. Let my word overflow from your mouth. Let your actions testify of my love, and let your presence carry the fragrance of heaven. Then you will become a living letter, written by my Spirit, not kept for yourself, but for the world to read. Therefore, do not let fear hinder you. Do not let doubt control you. Do not let darkness cause you to falter. Keep your eyes fixed on me. For when you look at me, you will not sink. Keep your ears tuned to my voice. For when you hear me, you will not lose your way. And keep your heart in my love. For that love will cover you, protect you, and guide you until the end is fulfilled. My beloved child, this is the moment when I want you to look back on the whole journey and see clearly that nothing you have gone through has been meaningless. Every tear, every sigh, every moment when you thought you could not go on, I have woven into a perfect tapestry. And now that tapestry is being revealed before your eyes, I have been and am transforming you into a new creation, ready for a season of glory. You are no longer defined by failures, nor bound by invisible chains. You are walking in true freedom, in renewed strength, in clarity, and in my unchanging love. I know there are times when you ask, will the promises really come to pass? Will everything I endured truly lead to a worthy outcome? Hear me speak. My word never returns void. What I promise, I surely fulfill. When I speak, my word carries the power to create, to transform, and to accomplish, just as the heavens and the earth were formed by my word. So your life is being recreated by that same word. Stand firm in faith, for what I have begun in you, I will bring to completion until the last day. Philippians 1:6. You need not fear missing out, for my hand is holding your life securely. Prepare your heart to become a living testimony for this generation. Many will look at your life and see the change. They will be amazed that you remain standing after so much upheaval. They will wonder why you still have hope when circumstances seem hopeless. And in that very moment, you will have the opportunity to declare, "This is the Lord's doing." I want you to know that your life is not only a personal journey, but a message I am sending to the world. You are my love letter, my song, my lamp placed high to shine. Through you, many will find their way back. Many broken hearts will find healing, and many wandering souls will be gathered again into my arms. Do not fear what lies ahead. Though the world may be shaken, you can rest, for I am your strong fortress. Though storms may rise, you will stand firm, for I am the one who calms the seas. Though battles rage, you will sing, for I am the one who wins the victory for you. Remember my word in Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. My presence is the sure guarantee that you are never alone. My child, now is the time for you to rise as a warrior who has been trained. You are no longer just a survivor of battles. Buddha conqueror. You are no longer merely a victim of circumstances, but a witness to my faithfulness. You are no longer just one who has been saved, but one who is sent to carry salvation to many others. I have equipped you. I have filled you. I have placed a new name upon you. From now on, you will live as a burning torch, carrying my holy fire. You will enter dark places and shine the light. You will approach desperate hearts and sow faith within them. You will become an instrument of the revival I am stirring in this generation. Therefore, arise. Do not look back. Do not let the past hold you any longer. Walk forward in the confidence that I am with you. Dare to move ahead, for ahead lie the wide doors I have opened. Carry faith, courage, and love as your provision, and know that every step you take leaves the imprint of heaven upon the earth. You are the evidence that I am faithful. You are the witness that my love never changes. You are the call to the world that hope still remains, even in the darkest of days. My beloved child, I declare to you today, a new era has begun. This is the time for you to see the things I have promised come to pass. This is the day when the seeds you sowed in tears will spring forth in joy. This is the moment when your sweat and your prayers are no longer in vain, but are bearing fruit in glory. Lift up your song, for I have done great things. Rejoice, for the harvest is come. Stand firm, for you are in the very place I have appointed. And above all, remember this, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you, from now until forevermore. Now, fold your hands and pray with me. Your good Father, Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, the one who holds the universe securely in your hand. Today I come before you with a humble heart. Broken, yet full of longing, I bow down and lift my soul before your throne of grace, because I know that apart from you, I have no other place of refuge. I am weak. I am limited. I am easily shaken by storms. Yet faith is the anchor that keeps me from being swept away. O Father, let me hide myself in your loving arms, so that in the midst of life's storms, I will know that you remain the rock that cannot be moved. Father, many times I have looked at my circumstances and I was afraid. Before me I saw a high wall, a vostia, and a deep abyss. I saw my strength as small, and I trembled in the night. But in those very moments, I heard a whisper from the depths of my soul, "Be still, and know that I am God." O Father, that very word lifted up my spirit, making me understand that faith is not closing my eyes to deny reality, but opening the eyes of my spirit to see that you reign over all. Faith is choosing to believe your word even when my eyes have not yet seen, when my hands have not yet touched, but my heart affirms that you are faithful. O Father, I remember Abraham, who believed you though he did not know where he was going. I remember Moses, who dared to lift his staff before the Red Sea, believing you could make a way. I remember David, the shepherd boy who faced Goliath with only a small stone, but with great faith in the Lord. And I remember Paul, who endured countless trials, yet still declared, "I know whom I have believed." Father, I want to live with faith like them. I want to walk not by sight, but by full trust in you. Place within me a steadfast spirit, so that whatever the circumstances may be, my faith will remain firm like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken. Father, my faith is often as small as a mustard seed, but I believe that if that seed is sown in you, it will grow into a great tree that gives shelter to many. Teach me to believe, even when every feeling inside me screams the opposite. Teach me to know that faith does not depend on emotions, but on the truth of your word. When my heart trembles, let me cling to the promise that you will never leave nor forsake me. When my mind grows weary, remind me that your love is everlasting and unfailing. When I am exhausted, show me that you are the source of new strength, the living water that never runs dry. Father, today I confess that I no longer want to live by the narrow wisdom of my own understanding. I do not want fear to control my decisions. I do not want my eyes fixed only on what is seen. I choose to believe in your promises. I choose to stand upon the rock, who is the Lord. I choose to let faith shape the path I walk. I choose to let faith be my weapon against the darkness, and my light to guide each step. O Father, come and teach me what it truly means to take refuge in you. To take refuge is not to remain still in safety, but to step forward when you call, even if the road ahead is unclear. To take refuge is not only to trust when things are favorable, but to cling to you even when the storms break forth. To take refuge is not to lean on emotions, but to stand on the unchanging word of your promise. To take refuge is to choose you as my hiding place. To believe that you are the good shepherd, the one who will lead me through the darkest valley and bring me into green pastures. Father, let my faith be more than words. Let it be life itself. Let that faith seep into every action, every thought, every choice. When I speak, let my words reflect faith. When I work, let my labor reflect trust. When I face hardship, let my attitude display steadfast belief in you. I do not want faith to be only theory, but a fire burning within, the rhythm in my heart, the force that carries me forward. Father, my heart is crying out to you. I believe. Help my unbelief. O gracious Father, do this work within me. Strengthen what is weak in me. Heal the doubt within me. Breathe fresh wind into my soul, so that faith may be revived, ignited, and made stronger than ever. I want to believe not only with my mind, but with my whole heart, my whole soul, and my entire life. O Father, make me a living witness of faith. Let my life tell the story of your faithfulness. Let each step I take be a sermon of steadfast trust. Let every scar upon me become proof that God is healed, sustained, and renewed. Let those who look at me see that faith in God is never in vain, that hope in God never puts anyone to shame. Father, I surrender all to you. My dreams, my plans, my worries, my wounds, I lay them all down to rest in you, so that faith may be the foundation of my life. Keep me from pride in success, and from despair in failure. Let me always remember that the strength I have comes from God. The peace I have comes from God, and my future rests safely in the hands of God. I choose to believe. Father, I choose to believe even when my eyes have not yet seen. I choose to believe even when my ears have not yet heard. I choose to believe even when the road ahead remains unclear. I choose to believe because you are the one who never breaks a promise. I choose to believe because you are the one who is faithful from everlasting to everlasting. I choose to believe because you are the loving Father, the Good Shepherd, the solid rock, the everlasting refuge where I may always hide. Loving Father, I do not want to leave this holy place, where I can pour out my soul before you. I want to remain longer in your presence, to let my heart be covered by peace that nothing can compare with. I tell you this, though, my life may be full of changes and storms. Faith is the cord that ties me to you. Please do not let me release that cord, for without faith, I will lose my direction, lose my hope, and lose my very spiritual life. Faith is the heartbeat that sustains me in this world. Father, I lift to you the days when I have fallen. There were times I trusted in people, and I was disappointed. There were times I placed my hope in riches, and they vanished like smoke. There were times I leaned on my own strength, and I quickly grew weary. In those moments, I learned that only you are the unshakable foundation. Everything else changes, but your love never does. This very truth makes me lean upon you all the more. Father, faith is not always easy. Sometimes it is like a door opening to a starry sky, filling my heart with joy. But sometimes it feels like walking through a barren desert, seeing no sign of life. In those dry moments, remember me. Lord, remind me that faith is not dependent on feelings, but anchored in eternal truth. Remind me that even when I cannot sense your presence, you are still there. Teach me to believe that even when I do not see with my eyes, you are still working behind the scenes. I want to say to you, please teach me perseverance. Teach me patience to wait in the valley, so that I may one day see flowers bloom upon the mountaintop. Teach me faithfulness in small things, so that I may be entrusted with greater things. Teach me to understand that faith is not a short sprint, but a lifelong journey. Along that journey, there will be moments when I grow tired, but it is then, O Father, that I ask you to carry me in your arms. Father, isoanato you even my hidden fears. The fear of being abandoned, the fear of not being enough, the fear of failure. I lay them all at your feet. And I say, Lord, turn my fear into faith. Let my heart no longer tremble, but beat in rhythm with yours. Let my mind no longer be filled with the noise of anxiety, but with the whisper of your promises. Let my eyes no longer gaze into the darkness, but look upward to the light of your throne. Loving Father, I know the path ahead is still uncertain. I do not know what tomorrow holds, but I know the one who holds tomorrow. I do not know where the road will lead, but I know the one who leads. I do not know what trials still await, but I know the one who gives strength. That is why I choose surrender. I choose to release my illusion of control and take hold of your almighty hand. Father, today, your beloved child comes before you and prays, Father, please deepen my faith. Let that faith not only be enough to keep me standing, but enough to uphold others. Let that faith not only help me survive, but also cause me to bear fruit. Let that faith not only shine in days of joy, but burn brightly even in nights of darkness. Let that faith become my breath, my heartbeat, my very life each day. Father, I ask that my faith would not only be a whisper in prayer, but a song I sing in the ordinary days of life. Let others look at me and see that you are trustworthy. Let the way I rise after a fall become a testimony of faith. Let the way I endure pain become a testimony of hope. Let my whole life, in every detail, tell the story of your faithfulness. Father, I place my family, my friends, and even those I have never met into your hands. Let my faith become a fire that spreads, igniting other candles. Let the weak find encouragement through me. Let the hopeless find a spark of hope. Let the lost find direction to return to you. I do not want to keep faith only for myself, but to share it as the priceless gift it is. For I know that the more faith is given, the more it multiplies. Father, I pray that at the end of the journey, when I stand before your throne, I may hear you say, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your Lord." I do not long for fame. I do not seek riches. I only desire to live a life worthy in your sight, a life built on the foundation of faith. And now, O Father, in the quiet of my soul, I let this prayer rise like incense before you. Please receive all of me, both weakness and strength, both joy and sorrow. Renew me day by day, so that my faith may never wither, but grow stronger, deeper, and more steadfast, until the day I see you face to face. Amen. Thank you for listening to today's message. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so that together we may receive the living word, build unshakable faith, and walk in the boundless love of God. Amen.